Can you hear me now?
It's already over.
Christopher Balthazar Reed. My, how the tables have turned. Seems like only yesterday that you were the one chasing me, relentlessly. And I thought it was all about the television championship. But clearly it wasn't. Because the last time we met, when you finally beat me, it wasn't even for a championship. Let's go back to our history, and maybe, Chris, this will explain why I called you out for your Duel championship. We first squared off almost a year ago, last Halloween. You called me out to defend my television championship, and you didn't get the job done. I gave you another shot, Christmas Clash, and you still didn't get the job done. Now I saw a pattern developing. Maybe you'd ask me to be your Valentine, but it didn't come. Instead, you called me out to a match on a date that you didn't even know was significant to me, March 28th. But by then it was too late anyway. I'd already lost the TV title to Travis. There was nothing on the line for me. But there was something on the line for you. You see, Chris, I've heard you boast about how you finally beat me. But the thing is, you finally beat me when it meant nothing to me. I'd have been more impressed if you'd have beat me for the TV title. But you didn't. You beat me only when you had something to gain. And that was a straight pass into the King of the Mic semifinals. Now don't worry, just because there was nothing in it for me, that doesn't mean I lay down for you. You still beat me fair and square. But for what? Because I wouldn't have gained a damn thing if I'd have beat you again. But you got your free pass. And not only did you go to the semifinals, but you jumped through all those hoops with Beer and Phoenix and Charisma. And you did it. You won the King of the Mic. And you became the first ever Duel champion. Bravo. But, again, it all comes back to me. I am an asterisk to your biggest achievement in Max Wrestling. Because if it wasn't for me, you may not be Duel champion right now. If it wasn't for me, you might not be King of the Mic right now. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gotten that free pass. You owe it all to me. You owe me. So, this is me cashing in on your debts. Now I know you've been following my story with Beer, and you've probably heard me say that I have lost every single match that I've had in 2024. I didn't even win the world championship that I have right now. I took it. Just like I'm going to take your Duel championship. But unlike Teddy, who had the sense to just hand it over, I know you're going to fight for it. I've seen you fight for it. And I believe you can fight for it. But this time it's different between you and me, Chris. Now it's not a case of going longer than your opponent. This is all down to luck. Luck of the draw. Neither of us know what the time to beat will be until we have recorded our promos and the bell rings. So, if you beat me, or I beat you, it will all be down to fate. Which is ironic because fate keeps bringing us together, doesn't it, Chris? And fuck me, my luck has got to change. So you have the honor of being the first person that I beat in 2024. And after I take your dual championship, I'm going to go on and finish this milestone episode of Max Wrestling by burying my best friend, putting him in his place, and remaining your reigning, defending, undisputed Max World Champion. And it's really ironic because I will then go on into the enhancement era next week after beating enhancement talent. Because you have both just lost a game. Oh, and Mr. Beer, just to add insult to injury, I have filmed this entire promo in front of Beer's parents' house, directly outside. Now, lucky for you, my name is not Hangman Adam Page. However, I will see you in just a little while.
Preview.
Daz, I think it's high time that we should probably give them a little bit of a history lesson. It all started 1 year ago. Chapter 1, The Captain versus the Mercenary. On October 26, 2023, during Daz's 300-day reign as TV champion, he was looking for someone to take that title away from him. While I, meanwhile, was trying to make a name for myself here in Max Wrestling. And he knew how hungry I was to win it. So he picked me. He picked me as his opponent. And despite the fact that I put in a valid effort of winning that TV title, he won. He managed to retain the TV title during our first encounter. But believe it or not, that was just only the beginning of our feud. Chapter 2. I challenged him to a rematch for the TV title at Christmas Clash. And just like our first encounter, I put in a valiant effort. But this time, he barely managed to still walk away with the TV title. Because in our last TV rules encounter, he managed to retain that championship by just only 57 seconds. And then it lead to promo Rumble. But we'll get to that a little bit later. The fact that I was just only 57 seconds away of winning that TV title from him had eaten me up inside. But I had much more important things to attend to. But that did not mean I was done with him. Which leads me to Chapter 3. A week after Leap of Faith, I made an announcement that I was going to do a promo battle tour to go up against the best of the best to celebrate my 1 year anniversary of me being here in Max Wrestling. So naturally, I challenged Daz on March 28th, 2024. And he accepted with the added stipulation that if I finally beat him, I would get a pass straight into the semifinals of the King of the Mic, which has motivated me in this must-win third encounter. And I put in all my efforts into it. And I can actually say that I finally beat him, thus giving me a pass straight into the semifinals of the King of the Mic. Meanwhile, while I was doing my tour, Daz was sent to a downward spiral. After he lost the TV title to none other than the one and only Travis the Walker Anderson. He went to therapy while I was on a rise. And despite the fact that I went up against 3 other competitors, after I won the bye straight into the semifinals, I still managed to become the first ever Duel champion. And you see, Daz, that's the reason why you come after me. Because you're just bitter at the fact that Travis ended your 300-day reign as TV champion. And now you're looking to seek revenge on me. Not just me, but Travis. But in order to do that, you first had to come after his student, which is me. By taking this, my Duel championship away. Yes? Do you not know on what happened when I went up against the Walker after he took this title away from me? Hell, by defeating the Walker, I became the first ever 2-time Duel champion. And if I managed to beat the Walker, especially in his darkest form, then what chances do you have of taking this away from me? Anyways, I think I spent enough time with this. And oh yeah, before I go, you asked me in our last encounter, did I threaten you? Because I said that Travis is maybe the captain of the Dragon Club now, and you're the bitch of him. Yes, I did threaten you. Matter of fact, I did more than just that. I made a crack in that little fragile ego of yours. You want to know why? Because either you admit it or not, he was always better than you. Just like I am. Good luck, Daz. You're gonna need it.